Hey, I'm Jonathan Gold, here with Matt Dowell, master's student at Newhouse School at Syracuse. I'm going to interview him. So, Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit where you're from, how old you are.
Alright. Well, I'm Matt Dowell. I am from just outside Charlotte, North Carolina. I grew up in Mooresville, North Carolina, which is actually Race City, USA. If we want to talk about sports, I grew up with all the NASCAR people, NASCAR drivers. It's all NASCAR where I'm from. That's kind of what our economy feeds on and all that. So, I'm not really a NASCAR fan. I've only been to one race my whole life, but that was kind of a big part of my childhood. And I'm 21. Just graduated from Wake Forest in May, so...
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask, so you grew up in the home of NASCAR, but you're not really a NASCAR fan. Why is that?
I think it's just that whole thing of it was always in my face, so I just kind of grew to dislike it. I like it a lot more now than I used to when I was younger. I never cared for it. Just a lot of my friends, parents, work for NASCAR and all that stuff. It was just always everywhere, so I just kind of got sick of it, I think. Mm-hmm. Then when I went, I think it was last summer, I went to the Coca-Cola 600, which is in Charlotte. Right. And it was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. The fans are really probably one of the most dedicated sports fans in the world. Yeah. And they really get excited, and it was really fun. But so I like it. I respect it a lot more now than I used to when I was little.
Yeah. So what sports did you play growing up in North Carolina?
I started out playing kind of like I think every little kid does. I played basketball, baseball, and soccer. And then around 8, 9, I switched to just soccer, kind of focused on that, and I started playing club teams and all that. So I was on the number 13 ranked soccer team in the country for a while until I was 14, and then I switched over to play tennis because when I was 11, my stepdad introduced me to tennis. Or maybe I was 10. I was 10. It was Christmas when I was 10. That's when I saw my first tennis racket. And then so I played every once in a while and did that whole thing, but soccer was just still number one. Yeah. And then one day I just was like, I don't want to play soccer anymore. I want to commit to tennis because my heart was really into that sport. So then I just went to tennis and did that.
Yeah. So what did you enjoy most about tennis?
I think why I like it so much, I love team sports. Team sports are really great, but I think what appeals tennis to me the most is that it's really the only sport, maybe golf too, but just the fact that the players out there by themselves in front of thousands of people, they have to win these things on their own. They don't have any teammates, they don't have coaches out there with them. It's all them doing it themselves. And I just have always really respected that, and I just think, you have to use every part of your body, it's so mental, it's such a mental game, and I just think that there's so many things that go into it that are just awesome.
Yeah. So, you played tennis throughout high school, won a state championship in North Carolina. What was the greatest moment of your tennis career?
I think it was that, probably. Yeah. I played a lot of tournaments growing up, but there was just something about, representing... It's kind of like the Olympics, even though it's not anywhere close to that same kind of, prestige as Olympics. But, I was representing, my school and all that. And, winning North Carolina, that crown was just really cool. It was a really cool moment. And my friends were there, my family was there. It was really cool.
Yeah. So, you went to Wake Forest, but you didn't choose to continue your tennis career. Why was that?
Because since I was, 11, I love watching... I followed tennis year-round. I'm a really hardcore fan, and... I've always loved the Grand Slams. It's my favorite thing. I mean, Australian Open starts at 7 p.m. the day before the day. French Open starts at 5 a.m. Wimbledon, 7 a.m. And U.S. Open's obviously Eastern Coast, so it's 11 a.m. I'm always up right when it starts every single day. I love watching. I always look forward to the schedule of play every day. I look forward to analyzing every match, who's going to win, who's going to lose. And you saw Wimbledon this year. Everyone lost, so you just never know, and I just have always wanted to be in that booth, with Chris Fowler and Patrick McEnroe and all those people. It's always just, I don't know, it's just, since I started watching, I was like, that's what I want to do, so It's just something that I've wanted to do.
So yeah, can you talk about that a bit? What would be your dream job in the world of sports?
That working for ESPN on their tennis coverage would be the absolute dream. And if you look at Chris Fowler, a lot of them are tennis pros, former professionals that are part of their coverage. But if you look at they have some like Chris Fowler and even Mike Tirico who went here. They have a lot of lead anchors and things like that, and analysts, Tom Rinaldi, that do a lot of their leads and interact with the pros and kind of anchor the whole thing. And that would be my dream job. Would be Chris Fowler and Mike Tirico. So.
Awesome, pretty good guys to follow.
Yeah, no.
Well, thanks a lot for your time.
Of course, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah.